Hello everyone, welcome back to the IndieGeekGuy channel. I'm Martin and today we're watching The Plague of the Zombies. So this is a Hammer horror movie. I'm a big fan of the Dracula Hammer movies, the Frankenstein movies with Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing respectively. Also The Mummy from Hammer. I mean those are the sort of the three sort of tentpole movie franchises that Hammer are responsible for, I suppose, but they've got a bunch of other stuff that I've liked over the years. This is one that I've been wanting to watch for a little while now, but something that's really hit it home as to wanting to get to it quicker than normally would have done. A lot of directors, as of recent, have sort of come out and said, hey, well, I really like this movie, like Edgar Wright, Tarantino, Scorsese, like all of them recently have sort of said that this is one of their favourite sort of British movies, and I'm always fascinated to see what it is that a director sees in a movie, like when they say this is one of my favourite movies, and yeah, just kind of interesting to me to see what that is, why they like it so much. Is it the performances? Is it what the director was doing? All that stuff. Thing of note, I suppose, is that this film comes before Night of the Living Dead, so before zombies were in that realm of what we now call like a modern zombie take, like your Walking Deads and all that kind of stuff. So I'm interested to see what the zombies are like in this, what the take is, and to see how that all plays out. Like I say, big fan of Hammer movies, even as ridiculous as some of them are. So yeah, we'll get into this and see what it is all about. I hope you enjoy it with me.
Cara nostra, cara estra. Cara nostra, cara estra.
Oh, we're very much just diving in at the deep end straight away, huh? She's sweating. She's sweating. Some voodoo stuff's going on here. Ugh. That bright red hammer. Blood. Oof. Gotta love it. Oh, hi, man. He's rocking out, that guy. And that is just a foreboding image. There we go.
There's a letter from Cornwall, Father.
I don't know anyone in Cornwall straight away.
Yes, you do. Peter Thompson. I'll open it.
Well, maybe he doesn't care to know someone in Cornwall.
Oh, Father. Typical doctor's handwriting. It's worse than yours, Father.
That's true. My partner's a nurse, and that's all she complains about.
People have been dying off. Lassitude, no will to live. Well, this doesn't sound like Peter. It's very rambling. I wonder what it's all about.
Find out,
Clearly,
Father.
he's panicked about something.
Shall I pack your things, Father?
I don't know why I give in to you so easily. I don't know why I put up with you at all. I should have drowned you at birth.
Thank you, Father. I knew you'd understand.
What a loving relationship these two have. It's pretty sweet in its own way.
Look! A fox!
Yeah, soon to be a dead fox. Look at these guys.
Oh, they're hunting him. Father, those men are hunting that fox.
Men have always hunted.
For food, yes, not for bloodlust. Well, can't you do something, Father?
There's some fucking social commentary about the English hunt. Did not expect that.
You, have you seen him?
Who, sir?
The fox, you idiot!
No, I haven't, young sir. I've been keeping my eyes on the road, you see.
Ah, idiot.
Is it a fox?
You idiot. Looking at the road. What a moron.
I saw him. He was running that way. You'll have to hurry if you want to catch him. He was running quite fast.
We'll catch him, never fear. Come on.
These men, we're doing God work here. Chasing this fox. Oh, these fucking idiots. What the hell? What? I can... Clearly, the director and writer of this were not fans of fox hunting. That's abundantly clear. Oh,
Oh,
that ain't good.
Alice?
Who is it?
Alice, don't you remember me?
Sylvia? Oh, Sir James.
Well, that was weird. Clearly some weird vibes happening here. Well, she was the one who was getting all sweaty and voodooed at the start, so...
There's been a lot of trouble.
What sort of trouble?
Oh, I expect Peter would rather tell you about it himself.
Is it to do with the red coat fox hunter gang? They seem to be the big trouble around here.
What was it that killed them all?
I don't know.
You call yourself a doctor?
I don't know because you won't let me find out. If you just let me carry out one post-mortem.
Well, no good cutting him up after he's dead. Too late then.
I mean, that's exactly what post-mortem's for.
Well, let me tell you something, Doctor. You're not good enough for us. You understand me? You're not good enough.
Or maybe let him examine the fucking body then, you dillweed.
This young man was my cleverest and most able pupil. I hope you realize how lucky you are to have him here.
Coming in with that save.
Landlord.
What a guy.
I'd like to know a little more about symptoms. What about appetite?
In every case, the patient shows a loss of appetite.
Skin color?
In every case, a loss of skin color, too.
Like somebody in need of a holiday, in fact, huh?
You don't mean Alice, surely?
No.
Well, I mean, the signs are kind of there.
They don't want the bodies of their loved ones cut about.
But what about the coroner? Surely he supported your applications?
There isn't one.
No coroner?
What the fuck is going on in this village?
This is a Cornish village inhabited by simple country people, riddled with superstition and all dominated by a squire.
Okay, yeah, I suppose
He
that is
acts
true.
as coroner and magistrate, judge and jury.
Well, that's very
Who is this
fortuitous
jack
for
of
him,
all
isn't it?
trades?
Hamill.
So basically, he has the run of everything, and he's got an evil ring on. I feel we found our culprit, everyone.
We must have a body to examine. We can't possibly work without one. We'll dig one up.
Ooh, grave digging. Here we go. Well, they got to do it. They got to study one of these bodies, or they're never going to find out anything. Oh, to live in a time when people didn't believe in medical practices. I suppose that's still a problem today with, well, we've seen what's going on in the world today, so still relevant, apparently. He looks very hypnotized. This is some classic Hammer hypnotized acting going on right here. Well, that ain't good. Good use of silhouette. What are these fucking dickheads doing? You cost us our fox, you little shit! What a thing to get mad about.
Don't touch me. Don't you dare touch me.
Come on, little fox. Go to ground.
Leave her alone!
I should have known that these guys would be like his fucking lackeys or some shit.
Miss Forbes, I know that it is useless to ask you to forgive my friends. But you accept my solemn word that I knew nothing of what was going on.
How do you know my name?
Because I'm a creep.
Arrival in a small... Forbes, you can't walk. You might be attacked, Miss Forbes.
And it was here in your house.
Yeah, it was.
Now please open the
To
door.
be fair, I wouldn't want to stay here either.
I am the squire of this little community and responsible for the welfare of everyone in it. Should any scandal attach to my name, the effect could be disastrous for all these people.
No, for you.
Can't expect you to
No,
understand why then.
for you. That's who it'd be disastrous for. Ah! What the fuck? Ugh! Oh, that's a distressing sight, to be sure.
I realize this looks...
It's a serious charge you'll be on in the morning.
This is a weird
What
chop,
charge?
it's good.
You don't mind if we have a quick look?
I don't care who you are, sir.
Well, there we have
What's
it.
going on?
That was a quick way to defuse the situation, wasn't it?
No, Sergeant, any more than you.
She's had a rough night. God damn.
Alice,
Then she was ill.
she's dead.
No.
This poor guy, like, he's tried his best. Now his wife's dead.
That's not true, Peter.
And now all this other shit going on.
We must find out about the disease, find out what it is and destroy it. You will have to let me perform an autopsy. We have to, Peter. And I shall need your help.
Come on now, Peter. You know that. You know this. What an idiot. Oh, she moved. It was definitely not there earlier. That's not going to be her blood, is it? It's going to be someone else's. She was eating someone.
Well?
It's not human. It's not human blood.
Exactly.
Maybe she was eating an animal.
You saw something else up there, didn't you? What was it?
Zombie man?
What was it?
Did you see the zombie man?
My brother.
My brother, yeah, it's the one that's dead. The one that's buried out there.
That would drive you a bit nuts. That's for damn sure.
How could you see him?
God only knows, sir. But I saw him. You don't believe me?
I believe everything you say.
Oh, thank God. I was worried we were going to have to go through some sort of rigmarole here, but no, he's on board. Good, good.
Is it possible that the man you saw was the man in the coffin? It was, wasn't it?
Now I'm just intrigued to know what the evil plot here is. Like, what's the plan? So far, we've got weird cult, red coat people, guy with ring who's clearly evil, and zombies.
There was a lot of accidents. Miners killed and maimed. In the end, they wouldn't go down there. They said it was unlucky. Old Squire, he was furious.
Well, a lot of death would make you think something was unlucky, to be fair to them.
Oh, no, sir. When young Squire Hamilton come back here, he shut himself up there, wouldn't see nobody. Then suddenly he had a lot of young people down, staying there and spending money like water.
It's creepy.
There it is. Yeah, it is.
Conformed?
Or to the standards of conduct dictated by convention. I have my own standards. I conform to them.
At least you are honest.
Not
Mr.
a
Hamilton.
bad policy, as long as you're not doing anything weird or
I'm
murderous.
always honest. Do you believe in life after death, Miss Forbes?
That's an odd question.
Just a bit. Now I'm going to kill you. Man, this guy just switched a gear into creep mode. Activate.
I'm sorry.
Don't do it, don't do it. Yeah, I knew this was his plan. He was going to get her cut so he can get some blood out of her
Is nothing
and
really.
fucking voodoo her. I can't tell if the drumming is the score or if it's someone banging a drum in his house somewhere.
It's the master. Open.
Okay. He's got a creepy secret door. As well as the many little coffins with clay dolls in them. If it wasn't any clear from earlier on that he is the bad guy.
A collection of books on a variety of subjects. I wonder if you have any on the subject of witchcraft or black magic. If so, may I have the use of your library?
Man, I love that this professor, science, medical man is eager just to jump into the dark arts. This must be the answer.
Peter, have you ever heard of voodoo?
Voodoo? You do.
Someone in this village is practicing witchcraft. That corpse wandering on the moors is an undead.
How can you, a man of science, believe...
Well, he's seen it.
I have an
Like,
advantage
the
over there, Peter.
the evidence is in front of him.
I spent the...
She's alive! She's zombies!
Zombie.
Zombie! That's creepy. The creepy smile's creepy. Are you gonna hit her with a shovel, or are you actually gonna hit her with a shovel? Oh! Took her head off! Jesus! I was not expecting the decapitation. Music's really good in this, like it's generally creepy. Behind you! Behind you! Okay, yeah, thought so. They're building some kind of zombie army here. What's the purpose, though?
What's happened to...
How's the finger?
Oh, fine, thank you. It's almost healed. I must get on.
Now, you know this. You know these signs. Don't be fooled for it.
I have to go out again. I want you to do something for me. Don't let Sylvia out of your sight until I tell you it is safe to do so. Believe me when I say she's in danger.
Thank God he's picked up on that. I thought he would have done. He seems to be pretty on the ball, this guy. He knows what to do and when to do it. So far, the film's been pretty interesting. It's more to do with characters responding to the possibility of these things being real, rather than just over-the-top showing of zombies and stuff.
What do you want to see me about?
About Alice Thompson. About young Martinez. About my daughter, Mr. Hamilton. And about many others who should be at rest now. At rest in their graves. You know very well what has happened to them.
Are you mad?
I almost wish I was. This business is so appalling. Did you learn something of the practice of voodoo?
Voodoo? You do?
Mad.
No,
Every time.
I'm not. I'm not going.
Yes, you are.
Oh, here come the shitheads again. I was going to give them a gang name, but I don't think they deserve it, so they're just going to be called the shitheads from now on. Is this the plan? They're using the zombies as slave labor? That's what the whole plan was? To mine all the tin? So why is he obsessed with getting a female zombie on the team? What's the purpose of that? Is he hoping to, like, get them to reproduce or something? Is that what his plan is? So can he only have as many zombies as he's got little wooden coffins? Very good. Hit him with the bag. Hit him with the bag. Yes, yes. Hit him with the bag. Hit him with the bag. There we go. There we go. Oh god. Fire. 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 Oh. Nice. That's my arm's on fire. I've been stabbed. What a way to go. Oh, so the decapitation. That was, we could show that on screen, but a kiss, an unconsensual kiss, that isn't allowed on screen. Oh, the voodoo, the fire caught hold of them. Oh, this sucks. These poor things, like, the zombies are just these kind of sad, pathetic creatures that have been forced into this horrible existence. Oh, the zombie saved you. The zombie saved you. Now you deserve this, pal. You deserve this. Gotta love it when a Hammer movie ends with something catching fire. That is the way of things. And we will never know why he wanted the woman sacrifice, apparently. There we go. That was the Plague of the Zombies. Lots of interesting things in there. Okay, that was the reaction, guys. If you enjoyed it, please hit the thumbs up button. It helps this video get seen by more people, and maybe consider subscribing so you don't miss any future videos. But for now, we're going to talk about this movie. So, Hammer's The Plague of the Zombies. There's interesting things in here. What stood out the most to me was, in terms of the filmmaking, was that a large portion of this movie is just dialogue scenes between people, but yet the pace never let up. It's interesting. I can certainly see why directors like this movie, because it's got, like I say, it's a great lesson in how to keep your audience engaged in, you know, pretty chunky dialogue scenes that don't feel over long, but yet that's, you know, it's just a lot of talking, and yet it's never like, come on, let's wrap this up, let's get to the next thing. Like, that never happens. It's just good dialogue, and the performances are really good by all the actors. Like, they really sell everything that's going on. But then the main thing for the movie for me really was, it felt like it was less about like the horror of the zombies or people rising from the grave. Like, I mean, that was part of it, but the main focus of the story seemed to be more about the idea of someone of science coming to terms with the idea of this being a possibility and how to sort of act upon it. Like, in many ways, it's kind of like it's a relatively simple story that is just about people dealing with a situation, which is, I think is why it feels like the pace is good. It keeps on moving at a fair old click, and it's just a ride to go on. I do have some, I suppose my major criticism with the story is that the main driving force for the villain, obviously we discover he is building this zombie army to mine the tin for him. So, he continues his wealthiness. But he seems obsessed with getting a female sacrifice. And unless I'm missing something, it doesn't really feel like that's explained as to why that was happening. So what I gather from the first woman who is killed or taken, she is, it makes it look like she is killed by the zombie at the mill. That for some reason that the zombie attacked her and killed her, and that's why that whole thing fell through. But then we never really see a zombie other than her resurrected zombie self maybe trying to attack anyone. But then obviously he finds the new girl in town, and it's just like, well, I'll have her instead then. And so sets about trying to set her up for the sacrifice. And yeah, I don't think it's really explained what the purpose of that is. Like, why is he trying to turn her into a zombie, or is he not? And why is he obsessed with the idea, if it is that, why does he need a female zombie for? What's the purpose? Like, that could have done with a bit more expansion and then explaining what the purpose of that was. Maybe I'm just missing something, I don't know. But what's really interesting is that the zombies themselves are largely, by and large, just played as these sort of pathetic, sad creatures that have no will of their own because it's been taken away by this witchcraft and forced into this horrendous existence digging tin and being really glum about the whole thing. Because, I mean, wouldn't you be? You died, probably unfairly by the sounds of things, and now you've been brought back to mine for the rest of your afterlife, which, not the greatest of existences. There's also some really interesting shots in this. Like, there's some interesting close-ups, and the one shot that really stood out the most was when they're standing in the grave and the two policemen are sort of standing above them, and it's sort of shot from this low angle. That was a really interesting shot and sort of a showing of the power dynamic in that scene, and then how it's quickly reversed once they reveal that there's no body in there, and it just quickly changes. That was interesting. I liked that bit there. But no, overall it's just like a good little horror story about a small village that is being plagued by an evil guy practicing witchcraft and bringing back the dead, and it's down to a guy. Like, one thing I really do like about a lot of these Hammer movies is that how it puts the protagonist as a scientist, a professor, a doctor. That seems to be sort of a through line with a lot of their movies and just the stories that they tell in general. It's nice to have that kind of a perspective from a protagonist, someone who is a professional in their field being challenged by something supernatural. I think that makes for a nice sort of dynamic within the story, and yeah, I enjoyed that a lot. But yeah, that's kind of it. There's not too much else to say about it overall from first viewing. It's like there was some good direction, good camera shots, the performances were really good. I just bought into everything as it was happening, and they all kept, like I say, the pace of the thing, even though it's mostly just dialogue scenes moving. And I liked the zombies. The zombies were it was a good design, good makeup. It's interesting that it's obviously came before Night of the Living Dead, and that sort of idea of what a modern take on a zombie is. These seem to not be other than the one who seemed to kill the woman for whatever reason, they're not interested in eating humans or anything like that. They are literally just reborn slaves by the looks of it, which is obviously the major difference from when we get into modern zombies, from the zombies spawned from like the mythology of like the origins of like the zombie creature. But yeah, my only real wish here is that I just think like the villain's plan could have maybe been broadened a little bit and could have been explained in a bit more detail, especially in regards to why he's obsessed with the female sacrifice part of the plan. Like, is it essential to what he's doing for some reason, or did he literally just like I said, want a female zombie for reproduction purposes? Like, it's just left a little up in the air a little bit for me anyway, unless I was missing something. But no, other than that, I really enjoyed the movie. It's just a very good horror story, and you know, well shot, well performed, and a good time overall. So if you're into these sort of classic horror movies, I would definitely recommend you check this one out for yourselves, and I hope you enjoyed this reaction from me. But yeah, that's it for this one. I'll hopefully see you next time. Thank you for watching this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, please hit the thumbs up button. It helps it get seen by more people, and maybe consider subscribing so you don't miss any future content. Also, it is the best way to let me know that you're enjoying this stuff and that you want to see more. Other than that, as I said, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will catch you on the next one.